Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Once again, it is the seasonal stream. Blanked out there for a second. It is the seasonal stream with Borke and Pidpad as we're heading towards Season 5 of the Orca Cola Championship Blood Bowl 3 League. And to answer that question, C2MC, yes, it is in fact a pre-made one, and I'll be honest, I've been thinking maybe I should get them, just to have them on there rather than don't have, but I don't know. I've been lazy on that. So, but yeah, say hello to everybody, Pidpad.
Hello to everybody, Pidpad.
All right, and I'm gonna assume that Bork is gonna be a little bit more literate on, a little bit less literate on how to say hello to everybody.
God damn it! I was going to give you some French, but now hello.
I'm not sure anyone would have felt particularly positive about any French here. So, but as for any newcomers here, this is as I said, we do this at the start of every season so far for Blood Bowl 3, where we go through how the seeding works for the Orca Cola League. And essentially you get to see in real time how your division forms, and you can send congratulations and like thank yous to me, and if you have any complaints, those will probably go to Pidpad, and then they will go straight into the bin. So unless Pidpad has decided to establish this is the complaints department about divisions, which I don't think he has.
Who is it that always spams decisions when?
Oh, that
is the complaints department.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. All right, but without further ado, let's get to the thing that people have been waiting for. So first off, the thing that needs, if anybody needs reminding, green as a color means that the person is sticking around with the team. Yellow means that they will be stepping away from the league for at least the season. Blue means that they are staying in the league, but they have decided to re-roll into a new team. And then there were a couple of oranges as well, which means that they did not give a decision in a timely manner, which means that they're essentially just considered to not be participating in the current, following season. But we just give them a little bit of extra shame on top of it here. I'm not sure if any of them will ever care, but we do that because we want to.
Yeah, and there are slightly different hues of green and blue and whatever, but green is green.
Yes. As I'm not sure if it's actually if you can actually see it on the stream, but for example, if we look at tier 1A, we've got Core Knight over here is a slightly, I would say, more teal shade of green, I guess. But yeah, green is just green. I think there were some discrepancies in other colors as well, but yeah, they're different. The different hues are terrible. I'm sorry. We're just amateurs here. We don't have the budget to Pidpad makes these spreadsheets by hand, so. I wish we had the sponsorship to have an actual team doing this, but that would also require quite a lot of other things. So, I wouldn't really want to give you an ad read of Coca-Cola right at this moment. So, we'll just have to make do. But yeah, hello, Christopher. Using it hurts your soul. I'm sorry. As I said, Pidpad is responsible. Any complaints can be directed to him. And Christopher, I don't think any crayons were involved in making the spreadsheet, unless Pidpad, for whatever reason, decided to ingest one, but I'm not sure that is the case.
No. but crayons would make things the same color, because then I could place the crayon in a special spot. Instead of looking at small squares.
Yes.
With colors that looks the same.
Perhaps the crayon is on your computer screen, actually.
that would be That would be something. Right. But without further ado, Bork is here just as should be. I think it should show on the top right there of the screen on the stream. Bork is in charge of the random dice roller. So how that works is that whenever somebody needs to be assigned to either an A division or a B division, instead of like going by any point system or anything like that, we just randomly roll for it until one or the other, like both of the divisions are full. In which case, evens we'll call it like this. Evens will go to A, and well, actually no. Let's go. Odds will go to A, and then evens will go to B. We'll call it that.
Yeah, 1, 2, 1, 3, and 5 is A always.
Yeah. All right.
And one more thing.
Yes.
We are dropping a tier this season. We're losing another division, and it just looks ugly to have tier 2 and 3 be one division.
Yeah, very, very true. Unfortunately, summer is coming up, so there's going to be a lot of people who are going to be busy with things such as living a life outside of the room that they have a computer. So I hope that everybody has a pleasant summer, not too much rain, and all of that. Otherwise, pleasant weather all around. But yeah. It's unfortunate, but hopefully we'll be able to get some new blood in the like for the following season. But
and we begin.
So first off, we have the championship tier, where Pidpad has now removed all of the people who are going to be demoted from championship, like just by the base of them not placing high enough. And he has now also moved everybody from tier 1 to who gets promoted to championship based on their performance last season. Regor, unfortunately, has decided to step away Hello, Beowulf. Glad to have you here. Regor has decided to step away for the season, so he will also be removed to a different sheet. And someone, I believe that is Venturos of the bearded beer chuggers.
Yep, he has more points.
So. Yeah, he had that. He has one more point over Accordion. Though to be fair, he also wins the TD difference and TDs conceded as well. Which, considering the man is playing dwarfs, not overall not very surprising. That is. But congratulations to Venturos for the extra promotion. We have in the championship the Spider, who won I believe he won the Orca Cola Championship last season. So congratulations to him. His Lizardmen team are going to be sticking around for everybody's fun. Venturos is no stranger to the championship division with his dwarves. I'm glad to see that he's actually sticking around with them, because I feel like personally I probably wouldn't enjoy playing dwarves for several seasons, but he seems to be doing very well with them. So getting that little bit of variety, because I don't think there are that many dwarf coaches overall, like people that I know that are actual dedicated dwarf coaches.
There are some.
There are definitely some, but they seem to be very much not the most popular of races. I feel. Then we got Cronky Chops of I believe that is Serpent's Dominion. Serpent's Dominion. With another Lizardman team staying in championship. We got Philadeus, Azark's kin of an Orc team. I believe they were the last of the teams that managed to stay in championship. And then we got Flanker with the F1 Skaven. We've got Gimlick with the Exiled Hounds Necromantic team. I believe the first Necromantic team to make it to championship. And then we got Cornite.
Nope.
No. Oh yeah, last season there was one, wasn't there already?
Yep. Yeah. Javelin got relegated.
Javelin who got relegated. Unfortunate for him. Maybe Gimlick will do better. Who knows? We got Cornite, much about a known of the Skaven, and then we got Raspel of the Raspel's Ainur of the Elven Union. He's gonna have a lot of fun in that division, I feel. We got Stolberg of the Lovecraft Dreamer Chaos Chosen, and Balls of the Walla of the Goat Vomit and Gas Mask Chaos Chosen. So overall, that's a lot of brutal brawl to be had there. I feel that Raspel and Gimlick are probably not going to have the greatest of times. I'm sure that Flanker and Cornite are very, very used to their Skaven teams getting bashed around the pitch, so they're probably accustomed to it by this point. But yeah, the Necromantic team in particular, I feel, is going to struggle into like that much high strength with two Lizardmen, two Chaos Chosen, and Orc team as well. But yeah, overall,
wouldn't be too keen on being the Orc in that division either. 2 Lizards and 2 Chaos.
I mean, fair, but at least the dreaded claw bomb is no longer a thing. So I have a feeling that
it might not be as bad. I haven't actually
yeah.
played high team value Orcs since Blood Bowl 2.
Yeah. I mean, I played against Balls of the Wall. I go woman like they were a bashy team for sure, but I don't think they were like a horrible monstrosity of a bash team the last time I saw them. So.
They are fairly new. They've rushed to the championship.
Yeah, which is very well done to them, considering they're playing Chaos Chosen and they're generally not known for both developing the team and winning like a lot. So, well done to Balls of the Wall. I mean, he's known to be a fairly good coach as well. Like he's played many a race very decently. So, all right, then. Oh no. Tier 1 looks very empty with the people who got promoted and the people who got relegated and then decided to potentially step away. So there's currently 3 teams in Tier 1A. We got Lehman X Russ of the Heisemer Boy Orcs. We got Emilius of the Children of Darkness Dark Elves. We got the Arctic of the Meat Dishes Necromantic team. And then for B division, we got DGG Shigo of the Accordion Soul Crew Orcs. We got Luke 444, I think. Might have been too many 4s there. Of the Orca Cola Diet Pep scene. And then we got Tribble of the Nibblers Necromantic team. And we got Christopher B of the OCC Prowlers. So congratulations to all of these coaches for managing to stick around in Tier 1. So, Pid, how are we going to fill these gaps that have now appeared?
We start with the promoted teams.
All right, and
which I have to the left down there.
To the left down here, would that be?
The
3 of them.
Yes,
which
because there was only 1 division in Tier 2.
Yep, and unfortunately, I see a color that might throw a little bit of a wrench in the plan of putting him into Tier 1 on BB Nut. So, all right, we got now of the Point of View Dark Elves and Hogster of the Scale Fails Lizardmen, who will be promoted to Tier 1. And this is gonna be our first rolls of dice. So
yes, I will. Oh.
Yep, go ahead. So we have now of the Point of View.
Yeah. So we roll a nope. We try that again. Roll a d6 and comes up odd. So
into Tier A. Yep.
1A.
Yep. And then we got Hogster of the Scale Fails Lizardman team.
And for Hogster, it's B. It's 1B.
All right, into 1B. C2MC, BB not taking a break. He plays like 4 leagues every day. No, blue color means that he's, in fact, re-rolling the team. He has told me that he was not really enjoying playing Lizardman, which I could sympathize with. So he's going to be playing something more fun to him. Hopefully more fun. So yeah. But he's still definitely he has said that he's had a very good time in the OCC. So long as real life time permits, he's at least sticking around. Sorry, I failed kindergarten. Colors are due. No worries, no worries. So long. I mean, I'm gonna just make an assumption that you're an orc coach, but like that's otherwise just entirely fine. Now, with the promotions being dealt with, what's the plan, Pid? What's the next step?
Well, now we take the teams relegated from the championship.
All right.
That's the one under.
Yep. So that would be 2 people who are going to be stepping away for the season at least, and then 4 people who will be sticking with their team but got relegated from the championship. All right.
Yes.
Borke, we've got MB Carmack of the Everton Reserves OCC Chaos Chosen.
That
Rolled
team
a
better
4,
be.
so that is 1B.
Into B he goes. That is looking like a very, very bashy division. Lizardman, Chaos Chosen, Orc, Necro, and Chaos Chosen. All right. We got Bob 152. He probably would prefer to go to A tier. Or A division.
See. Unfortunately, he rolls a 6, so it's 1B as well.
Into the B division he goes. He's going to be, so far, the lone agility team in there. We've got Javelin of the Neverwhere Horrors Necromantic team.
And Javelin rolls another 6, so 1B.
All right. And then do we also get Bantha in there with his Shambling Undead of the Oztop?
Let's see. Yes, it's a 4.
All right.
For 1B.
All right. B tier is looking very, very... Well, I can't say, like, it is a bash division, and there's one random elf in there. Of the bashiest elf kind, but still probably not going to be too enjoyable of a season for them if they try to outstrength or outbrawl these teams. All right. So now we've got the relegations out of the way.
Yep, then we need to fill, and we do that from tier 2.
All right.
With the teams actually... let's remove the ones who get relegated first.
Okay. That's...
There we go.
All right. So we're left with 4 people from tier 2 who will get promoted to fill the gaps in tier 1. So we've got Smiling Tom of the Royal Apothecary Society, or Necromantic.
Yes, sorry.
Yep.
Rolls a 3, goes into 1A.
Tier A, alright. Then we got Tubrag of the Turf Marauders, Chaos Renegade team. I think that he would certainly prefer to go to A.
Unfortunately, he rolls a 6. He's the last one to fill 1B.
Alright. Not a great division, guys. Says MB Carmack. Yeah, I don't feel like, I'll be honest, I think I feel the most sorry for Tubrag here. Chaos Renegade's going in. I mean, theoretically he has a chance, but theoretically he is we know how that goes. Thankfully, for Pidpad at least, this is very good because now with tier 1B being completely filled with teams, it's going to be easy to assign all of the remaining teams that are going to get promoted to tier 1. So,
yes, so we move those 2 in there.
Yep, so we got Juplex of the All-Star United Dwarf team, and we got the Tranquil Pack of the Eden Redeemers Old World Alliance, making it to Tier 1A. We got 3 more spots to fill in Tier 1.
Yep, so now we take the teams that got relegated from Tier 1.
Oh, goody! Wow, look at all those colors and how that just happens to work out, doesn't it? That's
very nice. Yes.
Yeah, that works out very well for us in the sense of like, well, that makes things easy as we have Varys of the Merry Winemakers Imperial Nobility team. We got Ethelred of the Zero Heroes Wood Elf team, and then there's this buddy called Alessis of the Orca Cola Champions Imperial Nobility team, who managed 4 points last season with a TD difference of -13. And he manages to stick around in Tier 1, which he's genuinely not that happy with, because I was looking forward to a bit of a rebuilding season, but I'll be honest, this looks a lot friendlier of a division than I had last season, and it certainly looks a lot more friendlier of a division than 1B. So yeah, could be worse. Could be Division B. Yes, that is exactly.
You also get to play another Imperial Nobility team.
Yes, but that is a problem because Imperial nobility should stick together. So unfortunately, he's gonna lose. So he has to take the second spot in the division. I'm sorry to Varys. Already, we will miss you in 1B. I won't miss 1B. I will not. So I'm happy to be out of there. But 1A looks fairly mixed. Like we got a couple of more bashy teams in having the a dwarf team and an orc team. But we've got 2 elf teams as well, dark elf, wood elves. We got old world alliance. We got 2 imperial nobilities and 2 necromantic. Like this is it's a very interesting division. I would say very interesting spread of teams. And I'll be honest, I don't think like anyone can be really unhappy about this division in the sense of like just by looking at the races on paper on this division. I think like this is the sort of division where all of these races can thrive. Jublex might have a little bit of a tough time here just because of there's a lot of speed available in this division with like Necros having their werewolves and Dark Elves having a bunch of movement 7 and even like Wood Elves obviously, and then like even Imperial Nobility and Old World Alliance are going to be like slightly outpacing the Dwarves. And then the only team that isn't going to be outpacing the Dwarves is the Orc team, and then the Orc team are going to have the strength advantage for the Dwarves. But Dwarves probably have the guard and block advantage, so could well even out there. Alright, now, that was a lot of teams and a lot of divisions that we had to go through just to fill Tier 1. Hello, Maggots. We have just finished filling up Tier 1, and some people... we had MB Carmack here. He had some words about the B division that he was assigned to. They were slightly unhappy, slightly miffed words, but like I'm feeling pretty good about myself having at least the division that I'm in. So overall, it evens out. Right. With that, so what happens with Tier 2?
We will seed Tier 2.
All right. So Tier 2 will be seeded, which does mean that essentially, I believe, like Tier 4 essentially just gets cut, right?
Yep.
Yeah. All right. So let's move on.
And now we need to do things in order as well.
All right.
So the first place, best point, Loki.
All right.
First to be randomized.
First to be randomized. So we got Loki of the Thorin's Company Dwarf team.
There are a lot of dwarves.
There are a surprising amount of dwarves.
2B.
2B. All right. He has chosen to be.
Then we take the other first place team.
All right. Galencio of the Nostalgia Shambling Undead.
2B.
2B. All right.
And then
Festung.
Festung has more points.
Yep. So we've got Festung of the Nightmare Before Xmas. Necromantic team.
Into 2A.
2A. All right. We've got the Snot Atomic Once Upon a Time Halfling team.
Snot Atomic goes into 2B with a 4.
2B. The dwarf team is there waiting for him. I'm sure he's rubbing his hands together. Augmented is going to be stepping away for the season, so he will be removed, leaving us with RTSD of the Equinox Arcana, Nurgle.
Okay, RTSD rolls a 6, 2B.
Alright, he also chooses to be. Right, then we would have Snow Troll, but he's once again stepping away. So we have...
No, that team should have been purple. That was a replacement team.
Fair enough. So, yeah, definitely wouldn't be able to stick with it. Fair enough. Fair enough, then. All right. So, are we good to continue here?
Yes.
All right. Then we have Medieval of the...
No. Robbie V. 4th place.
4th place, but less points. Yep, fair enough. Robbie V of the Standrat model, which is once again one of the best team names that there is.
Yes, and it's 2A for Robbie V.
All right, to A he goes. Then we have the 5th place teams, of which Medieval has the more points. So Horde Harassers, Chaos Chosen.
All right, Medieval gets a 2, so 2B.
All right, 2B is looking very bashy and halflings. Then we got Falcon. We got Falcon Merc, all the world wrangling elves, dark elves.
Falcon Merc rolls a 5, so that is 2A.
All right. 6th place team, we've got Dokaman of the Orcs. Surprisingly enough, an Orc team.
Mm-hmm. Daka, a 2B.
Why are we sorting all the bash teams into B tiers?
Yeah, well... Yeah, I mean, I was about to say something, but that would have been mean, so I'm not gonna do it. The font sizes are different too. Hey! Again, I take no responsibility for this spreadsheet. But yeah, we've got Snigger Decay of the Boozy Bunch Dwarf team. B is for Bash, that's true.
Snigger rolls a 3, so 2A.
He goes to A. All right.
No, the font size is the same. It's the font that's different.
I think that's worse, actually. Yeah. But yeah, then we got Maniel of the not quite a coven Dark Elves.
Okay, Maniel rolls a 4, 2B.
All right, we get
the token Dark Elf we need in B.
Yeah, the token Dark Elf. Like, I figured that the token Dark Elf spot was taken up by the halflings, but you know,
halflings are dangerous.
The most bashy of them all.
Surely. All right.
Yep. Then we have the teams being relegated from tier 2, which in this case is just 1.
Yeah. Yep.
As we have a reroll.
And the stepping away. So Ichin Mazak of the Eternal Goblin Gash Goblin team.
Okay, Ichin 3, so 2A.
2A it is. All right. So we are missing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 3 teams. We're missing 5 teams from A and 3 teams from B. So, with the relegations done with, who's next on the chopping block?
Then we have the promoted teams from...
Tier 4.
Yes.
the tier that no longer exists.
Yes.
Yes.
And Maggot is the best winner.
All right. So, Maggot of the Dale's Chippens Norse team.
All right. Maggot goes into A with a 1.
All right, into A. Yeah, A is once again looking rather diverse. When it comes to,
then we have Gallant.
Yep, of the Roman Empire, Chaos Chosen.
Gallant. All right. Also goes into A.
All right. Get that proper bash team in there. I believe we have a man by the name of Pidpad, because you're second placer.
Yeah, so is Aguelo.
Yeah, true. So Aguelo of the Green Smokers Orc team.
Aguelo rolls a 6, B.
Into B he goes. Into the Bash division. Then we got a Pidpad, who is playing the Hage Headhunters of the Norse variety.
It's you. Roll a 4.
Into B he goes. I had a feeling you wanted the A. I had a feeling you wanted an A there. But let it not be said that we do not grant anyone exception here to get the division that they want. They get the divisions that they deserve.
I don't know about that.
We have Nate Guy 75 of the Down Under Thunders dwarf team.
All right, Nate Guy rolls a 2, so he completes
the Bash division.
Yes.
That is that the halfling team faces 2 dwarves, 2 orcs, dark elf team, Norse team, Nurgle team, and Chaos Chosen and Shambling Undead. I hope that's not Atomic. I mean, he has chosen to play halflings, so I assume he is one of those eternally optimistic people, or just completely and utterly insane people, which might be one and the same on occasion. But I hope him all the best in that division.
Yeah, then we shall fill the
tier 2A.
Yes, how many teams do we have? We have 7 teams that are being kept.
All right, and we have 3 slots that need filling.
Yes.
So
Borke is the best placed or most best touchdown differential.
Best touchdown differential, yes. But so Borke, who's afraid? Necro team. And then we have Serial Killer of Chaos Crusaders, Chaos Chosen. And we have the actual team that Snow Troll is playing of the Heraldic Hawks human team, which completes a tier 2 division. Tier 2A, that is.
Yeah.
Yes. Let's see. Clean up again.
All right, clean up in process. So Borke, what are your thoughts on your division?
That's a really nice mix, I would say. As I'm playing Necro now, I definitely am like higher on the food chain than I was with Underworld previously. So when I'm looking at this, I'm thinking like I can probably or like human, Norse, goblins for sure, dwarves, dark elves, all beatable. Skaven, like if they have a good game, nothing beats Skaven.
Yeah.
But you've got to try to keep in there.
Yeah.
Chaos Chosen, I haven't encountered Chaos with Necro in quite a while. That, depending on the development status, could be a little bit tricky. But my team is already nicely developed. I've got 2 guards on there, so maybe I can keep up a little bit and outrun them. We'll see.
Yeah, and I mean, like, being one of the team, like, I can't think of another team that like starts with a very good player that has claw on them. So that claw can be all the difference in the world. And that. So with the cleanup being done,
and the font has also been fixed.
Hooray! I'm sure there are people in the chat who will rejoice. So how are we filling up tier 3A and B? We have how many teams that are actually sticking? Claw is a lie. It certainly sometimes feels that way.
7, and we will spread them evenly.
Yeah.
So we don't murderize too many new teams.
Yes.
Yeah.
So.
And we start with the ones relegated from tier 3. They will be in tier 3 anyway.
Yes, fair enough. So, the chosen blocker probably all have iron skin anyway. That would be an interesting pivot for them, certainly. So the first person that we're going to be assigning is going to be Alfil Dorado of the Pena Orc. I apologize to any, I believe that is Spanish speakers.
Yes.
So their Orc team. where do they end up?
In B with a 4
Yeah.
that is rolled.
As expected. Then
Then we have Ikis.
yeah, Ick is the Sysaxis of the Slim Scaly Cooks Lizardman team.
Yes, rolling a 4. It's B.
Into B, as befits a bash team. And then we got Sylphwyn of the Werewolf, their Wolf Necromantic team.
Yes. Second best name in the league, and gets a 6. So
Into the
B
bash.
as well.
Into
So
the
that means there's a maximum of 1 more space in B for these experienced teams.
Yep. I'm pretty sure that, by the way, we know what team Raven 1840 has been playing, though it is named unknown.
We can fix that shortly.
Yeah, I feel like he didn't just play an entirely.
I mean, I played against him, so I should know.
Yeah, I would hope so.
There we go.
All right, so we got Nimrod of the License to Kill Dwarf team. Will he complete the?
Yes, he does complete.
All right, into the bash division for the dwarves. So the goblin, the skaven, and the human all go to 3A, and I'm pretty sure they're fairly happy with that.
I mean, our random dice roller today has been a very fair roller, sorting everybody where they belong.
Yep.
Yes. And now we have sorted everyone and ordered them in the order they were removed.
Yep.
So I will now remove this blue bit.
Yep.
As it's distracting.
Yes. So, first up on the list of teams to be assigned of the entirely new teams, we've got BB Nut of Chaos in a Nut, Chaos Chosen.
Yes. And BB Nut rolls a 5, goes into A.
He's breaking the mold as a bash team, but then again,
that's just wrong. He should be in B, but
but I mean, granted, he's a fair he's an entirely new Chaos Chosen team, so how much bash he can actually do depends entirely on the dice. Then we got.
I can see there is one Dark Elf team as well available later.
Yes.
So we know where they are going.
Yeah. We got BJJ Hero of the New Metal Never Dies Wood Elves.
Alright, BGG Hero, a 2 into B.
Oh, breaking the mold there as well. Then we got Thurnlow of the Average Joes human team. I'm surprised that there are that many humans.
Rolls a 4 for B.
4 for B. All right. Maybe tier 3 is kind of breaking the mold of not having that much bash in B. Well,
it's yeah.
Then we got Viet Gwent. Apologies if I butchered the name. We got the Grupo Sportivo of the Elven Union.
All right. Viet Gwent goes into B as well with a 4.
All right. We got Nordell, who's been in the chat as well, of the Khmer Black Orcs.
Nerdle goes with a 3, goes into A.
Into A. All right. Then we got Beowulf, also been in the chat. Pub Brawlers, humans. You call them Pub Brawlers, and you don't make it a Norse team. Like, that seems entirely disingenuous.
A.
Into A it goes. All right, another human team in there. Then we have...
Hold a second.
Holding a second. It's a fancy pub. Yeah, fancy pubs don't often get brawls. that's well, I don't know, but the fancy pubs that I've gone to generally don't have brawling in them. It's generally the dive bars and the like that do.
Holding checked.
All right, holding has been checked. We have.
I
Yeah.
was checking for a team, or rather a coach returning to the league, but it was a new team.
Fair enough. A brawl like the peasants. Yeah, that. It's an Irish team, North Stone. I would say that, like, you know, if you're in Dublin, I'm sure that there were certainly some Norse there at some point, but fair enough, Beowulf. We've got Hieronymus of the Stinky Feet Redux Lizardman team.
Yeah. Hieronymus rolled a 3 into A goes.
All right. We got Kuno Tridentis of the Netscape Navigators of the Elven Union. Funny, I feel like Kuno Tridentis has played Elven Union before.
Mm-hmm. Kuno Tridentis
yes.
rolled a 2B.
Into B he goes, alright?
But he did play something non-elfy before this.
But yeah, now probably just coming back to his roots.
Well, not entirely true. There was one elf on the team.
He was playing Chaos Chosen, yeah, alright.
Renegades.
Well, yeah, true. God. Alright, we got Starkender of the Chaotic Mess Chaos Renegades team.
That is a appropriate team name.
Yeah, Starkender rolls a 2 for B.
Alright. I mean, I hope that, like, genuinely, Chaotic Mess is probably the best Chaos Renegades ever do. Unless the dice really go their way. Alright, so who completes Tier 3B division? Is it gonna be Lost in Despair of the Tree Huggers? Of the Tree Huggers Chaos Chosen? I'm sorry.
He rolls a 2 and does complete.
Does complete the B division. Alright. Which means that we got Arwen's Arrows of the Arwen's Avengers Dark Elf team. We got Veljamir of the About the Cheese Skaven team. Skaven teams do tend to actually have pretty decent names, I'll be honest. Like, they're inventive. And then we got C2MC of the Fancy Hats Incorporated Imperial Nobility going into A. Maybe you can actually now have that fancy brawl in that in that pub of yours with Beowulf. In like, I wish you the best of peasant brawl there. All right, but yeah, no. It seems that Tier 3 decided to break the mold at least a little bit in that one division, like both divisions are pretty diverse when it comes to the spread of teams that there's there. Yeah, diverse divisions, in fact.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I will move this. I will keep this here for a little bit, because we did ask Borke his thoughts, but Pidpad, what are your thoughts on your division now that the seeding is complete and we can have a bit of a time?
Considering the amount of niggles I already carry on all the key players, this is not going to be good.
Have you considered replacing them?
Yes.
Have you considered getting the funding to replace them?
Yes.
Have you managed to do that?
No.
All right. But yeah, that's gonna be a tough, sell for Norse, because aside from the halflings, because Niggled is not
halflings scare me quite a bit.
I mean, the halflings are certainly bloodthirsty bastards, and they're gonna hurt you quite a bit. But you can at least hurt them back. Most of the teams other in the division, you probably can't really hurt them. But yeah, no, Niggled is definitely not as bad as it was in the sense of like what it does. It is unfortunate, however, that Niggles it seems that Niggles are coming up more frequently. Unless Nuffle decides that no, today is the day he dies. He doesn't get a stat bust, he just dies. And that's the Niggle effect. And yeah, at least for me, like the Apple very, very rarely manages to save someone from death. He can occasionally save them from stat busts and niggles. Generally speaking, if there's a serious injury and I use an Apple, it's like, okay, you take the serious injury or you take a niggle. So like that's generally my Apple choices. But yeah, no, I'm like I at least personally feel that niggle is less relevant. Like it devalues a player less than it did before. But it certainly can still like, especially as Pidpad said that it was his positionals, the important players who were suffering from the niggles. Like like if the niggle is like just there in the background, like you're always gonna be like, I'm like this player is developing super well, but he's got that niggle in there that might just turn him into a corpse. So
Yeah. No, at least I have many players on the roster.
yeah, and I mean
which I believe I will have use
need
for.
of yeah, and I mean to be fair to the Norse, they're like their journeymen are quite good when it comes to like just journeymen.
Yeah, but I don't want to get there because that means only 11 players.
Yes, that's generally not going to be a very good position for you to be in, but it is at least something of a fallback. But yeah, I think that at the end of here, we are going to do what we generally do: is we're going to take a look at the championship division, and we're going to take our best shot at who's going to be winning it. I'll just go first because well, I'm the streamer here, I guess. I'll be honest. I think I'm gonna give it to Flanker. Like when I like his Skaven play from what I've seen it impressed me. Like he's definitely got the correct mentality to like when you're playing Skaven. So I think that he has a like because of like obviously he definitely wants to get like if he gets a good schedule, like that's gonna be like if all of the bash teams are gonna like so long as a bash team is facing another bash team before they face him, right? And like Skaven can put up like surgical strikes even against like bash teams with their blitzers and their rat ogre. So I think that Flanker I'm gonna say that he's got a good shot at taking the win. So I'm gonna put my prediction on him. Bork, your thoughts?
Well, I think I'm going to go with my hope here, and I'm gonna say I want to see elves win it. So Raspel.
All right.
I think that this is like it's enough of a mixed bag
Mm.
that elves or that agility can win it.
Mm.
Like as you also seem to think with your Skaven pick there. And I think against the Skaven, the Elven Union might have the upper hand
Mm.
slightly.
Mm.
So and they can definitely run circles around lizardmen
Mm.
and on good days and around dwarves. So yeah, I'm gonna put my money on Raspel.
Mm. Yeah, the fact that the Elven Union captured our strength 3 means that the skinks are not going to be as much of a difficult obstacle to them than many other of those very fast agile players, such as the
Yeah,
Gutter Runner, for example.
like if lizardmen come up against Chaos Chosen or orcs or dwarves, the skings are laughing. They're having a
Yeah,
ball,
yeah,
right? They're protected. Nothing gets to them.
yeah.
But against Elven Union,
Yeah, with that
good luck.
sidestepping bludgeoning blitzer with tackle ready to hunt them down, like
Yeah,
with only one step behind them on the movement, and better agility built in Yeah, that's not gonna be and I feel that like Pro Elves or Elven Union, like they're one of the I think they're the Elven team. Because they got the 4 catchers and the 2 blitzers, I feel that they're probably the Elven team that who can be the most aggressive when it comes to like on their own defense. Like Wood Elves can be plenty aggressive with their War Dancers, but I feel that they're gonna take a more of a how would you call it, like they would take a sort of like hit and fall back, whereas the Pro Elves can go for a more of an envelopment, like force dodges, force that confrontation, while still staying at safe distance for them. So yeah, I don't think Raspol's a bad pick, though I do think that unfortunately for him, his team has taken quite a bit of a beating. So so that
I'm looking at it right now. There are quite a few niggles
yeah,
on there.
yeah. But as stated before, the niggle doesn't come into play until Nuffle decides that it comes into play, so it might not be relevant at all. All right, and then finally, Pidpad.
Yeah, my pick would also have been Raspel, but that's boring. So let's pick something different.
I'm surprised. I figured that you'd be you'd pick Venturos.
No.
Fair enough.
Heck, he finished 4th in his division.
Well, I mean, I would say that he has so far had the best season ever recorded in Blood Bowl, like Blood Bowl 3 for OCC, so clearly not a bad coach.
No.
None of those.
But the team had a bit of an incident last season.
Oh?
Yeah, but there were lots of players dead in one game.
Ooh, yeah.
So that's part why he went down to tier 1. And now he's back. I don't know if the team has recovered
yet. Yeah. Dwarves are not known for their quick SPP recovery, and in that sense, that's true.
And I have no clue what any of these teams look like.
Well, I guess then you're gonna have to go by the coach.
Yeah, but there's so many good ones to pick from.
Yeah, it's very true. It's
how many were 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 former winners, I think.
Which is out of 10 teams, that is fairly many. Like, who does that leave out then? I don't think Stahlberg has won it.
He has not. Cornet hasn't won, and Blanker hasn't had a chance.
Because he was a new name to Blood Bowl 3, I think, for OCC. So yeah. Well, maybe this is a season as well. But yeah, no, that is a very star-studded lineup in there. Yeah, when it comes to OCC.
Yeah, it could be anyone. I mean, my pick would be Raspel.
All right, fair.
Because I think the teams in there doesn't look that horrible. Without, as in I haven't actually looked at any of the teams. But.
Yeah, but as in like just on like the racial factions, like you think. Like, yeah, that's in a way that's true, because like Lizardmen, for example, like tackle is generally kind of low priority of a skill for them to pick up, and like same thing for Chaos Chosen. Like Chaos Chosen might have that one goat that has tackle on him, but otherwise not. Like Necro probably has a tackle on there somewhere. Orcs definitely have a tackle blitzer.
I think Orcs would be the worst matchup.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, and dwarves do have like a lot of tackle, but then the dwarves they're gonna struggle to keep up with them. So
yeah, if you manage your one turn, so it's more how many stand firm does the dwarves have?
Yeah, true. And if they suffered a lot of casualties in a previous season, then stand firm is also one of those. I feel that it's not a priority skill; it is a luxury skill for dwarves. So
when I play dwarves, it's a priority skill.
Well, yes, but you play dwarves weird, so it's like.
Yes.
All right. But with that, I think we are done with the stream, done with all of the talking. I will be uploading it to YouTube at some point in the near future, And thank you once again. Thank you for both of you being here and doing this. Thank you everybody in the chat. Hopefully you guys had fun just listening to us rambling on and moving things around on a spreadsheet. And as I said, any complaints that you have about your division are probably going to be promptly ignored if they're going to be acknowledged at all. So yes, thank you everybody. Hope everyone has fun. Like regardless of what result you might have, hope everybody has fun on their OCC season, and hopefully we'll be able to start seeing growth in the league as well. Because I do think that OCC is definitely my favorite league out of all of them that I've played in. So hopefully we can start recovering the numbers a little bit. But with that, unless there's any finishing words that Borke and or Pidpad wants to say.
Have a fun season, everybody.
Yes.
All right. Short and simple. But yeah, as I always say, good day, good afternoon, good evening, good night, good morning, whatever happens to be the time of day for you. Have a good one.